Hi friends, it's Susan Smith with StampCreatively. How are you? I moved my sign. I'm now here. I'm no longer live in 5. I don't know what the weather's... Oh gosh, that was bad. I'll turn that on when we go down here. I don't know what the weather's like at your house, but we're looking at snow, and I just sent my husband, they posted we may get 2 more inches tonight. So I sent him that notification. Got to make sure that snowblower's working. All right, see, I got out my Christmas stuff this weekend. The trees are decorated. We've been planning, we're doing Christmas cookies this weekend. We have one of our children and their children wanted to set up a Christmas tradition. So every year we do 3 different kinds of cookies. So as they get older, we get a little bit fancier. So I was just discussing with my daughter-in-law, if we're going to do gingerbread, I'll have to make those in advance because we don't want to take the time to let that cool. If they want to decorate gingerbread cookies, we can do that. We normally do a caramel corn because Wyatt loves the caramel corn. And then the debate now is we want to do a cookie where you push the kiss in because they want to do that. But Winona, the youngest, can't take those cookies to school because of the peanut butter. So I'm going to try to find something else, like maybe a peppermint cookie that has a chocolate kiss, because peppermint and chocolate goes very well together. So now I'm on the search for that cookie. So if you have a recipe, share it with me, because then I don't have to look. Because I would always like one that comes highly recommended instead of one that I just randomly find, right? Okay, so I even put on my Christmas t-shirt, of course with a sweatshirt, because it is 23 degrees. All right, let's go down here to this one. I'll turn that light back on that made me look bad, but helps brighten this up. So I decided I was going to use the friendly foliage. Oh, I just saw my comments. Hi, Mary. Hi, Sherry. Oh, you rhyme. Okay, so I decided I wanted to use this friendly foliage. It is an online exclusive. I labeled my packaging, even though according to Corey from Stampin' Up, we don't need to know that. And this is the bundle I wanted to use. I hadn't really used it much, and I wanted to play with it. So I created 3 projects for you. I'm going to show you how I put them together. One looks like this. Here for you always, because I like the words in the set too. And we did a little copper embossing. Oh, Carla, share. I'm all ready for... Carla's a good enough cook. I trust her. I'll make her peppermint cookie. Then here's one. And as you can see, it sparkles a little bit. This is a smaller card. It's just the card front. Oh my gosh, my dad's calling me. He never calls. So just 1 minute. Let me see what Dad wants. Hey, Dad.
Hi.
You okay?
I'm just checking to see if you'd called.
Nope. Not today.
Well, I didn't know when. I'd been around the monkey and getting ready to take off again.
Okay.
So, I thought I'd better call.
All right. Well, behave.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, good. Been good. Behave. And, it's a mess
Oh, no.
around. Oh, I did call Michelle, but no answer.
Okay.
So I'm sure that they're busy.
Well, they are. All right.
So,
Behave. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. You too.
I'll be alive in the morning.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Dad didn't want anything. He just needed to check in. So my mom passed away in September, and Dad is trying to find his new normal. And so that means occasionally I'll get a random phone call like that one. Oh, Carla, you said persimmon. I said peppermint. Well, that shows you how much I know. I wasn't looking close enough. So Dad is trying to find his new normal, and he goes out. He lives in a retirement facility. He's got an apartment, and he goes out. Well, when he comes back, if he hears the phone ring, he can't figure out who he needs to call. So he calls all of us to figure out which one called. It's funny. So that's what he was doing. He was seeing if I was the one that just called. But because he's 93, I have to answer all the phone calls because you never know. Okay. So sorry about that. Anyone else I would have sent to voicemail, but Dad, I'm always a little afraid. So I decided I wanted to do one that looked a little holiday-ish because we're getting close to Christmas. So I'm sending a little love, and I love this ribbon. And then this is the velvet paper. So nothing I'm doing is hard. You can probably figure it out on your own, but you might as well watch me do it for fun. So the first one that I'm going to do is this one. And I couldn't decide what colors I wanted to do. So I went to my color wheel. We have this amazing thing. So I really wanted to do Pretty Peacock, but I couldn't decide what I wanted to put with it. And I used this shaded spruce on this one, but I decided to go this way. And I ended up using these 4 colors, which is so funny because I went with the Coastal Cabana on this one. This is Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock, and then there's your shaded spruce. So I started with this, kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. You have to have your rubber mat to stamp this. It just doesn't work if you don't. I tried it. Just take my word for it. Just use the rubber mat and be thankful that you have it. This is one of those stamp sets that makes me miss the Stamparatus. Friends, I loved that thing. And that way I could stamp it a couple of times and get it the dark that I wanted. Because, I mean, this is a pretty big image. And I miss my Stamparatus. So I'm going to stamp this down. I've lamented missing it now and I need to stop. Now I can line this back up because I did it a couple of times and I was able to line it back up just fine. But I want these leaves just a little bit darker. And if I ink it and do it again, if you're not comfortable lining it up, this is what I did. I know our Stampin' Write markers are going away, but I love them. And so I just took my Pretty Peacock and went around those leaves and made them a little darker. And then I was happier with it. Again, I lined it up because I tried it to see if I could do it and it lined up just fine. But I'm not going to do it on camera because I have to pull it off you guys can't see me doing it. Which I did this a little bit too, is do a little Wink of Stella. Oh, this is my brand new one. I'm not going to use this one. I'll use one of my older ones. And paint it a little bit. So you can paint it. So if you don't have the markers and you don't want to get them, this works just as well because it kind of blends that color a little bit. We are big painters with our Wink of Stella. All 3 of us, Sherry and Tanya and I. Oh, Tanya, she's coming back next week. Friends, we're going to be back together next week. I'm super excited. Today, her mama's been sick. So she's taken Mama, she was in the hospital while Sherry and I were out in Las Vegas. Tanya was back here with her mom in the hospital. So she's doing some follow-up appointments with her today, making sure everything's good. When you have aging parents, that's what you do. That's why, unfortunately for you guys, I took Dad's phone call. Sorry about that. But, you know, when they're that age, that's what you do. Mom was in memory care for 3 years, and Dad spent a lot of time with her. He would go over and sit with her. And because he did that, now he doesn't know what to do with his time. He's just a little bit flummoxed. Okay, so I've done this. Now I'm gonna cut it out in just a second, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna finish all my stamping. So I've got my words, and I did a little stamping on the inside of this too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm going to put the Thinking of You doesn't go on this one. It goes on this. So I took my Lost Lagoon. And I have my Thinking of You across the bottom. Then on this piece, now this lines up really well. At least I think it does. But you get to pick because it's your card. So if this is not, if you don't want to line this up, don't. But I thought it lined up really easily. See? So cute. Okay, so there's that. Now this one's done. I'm going to get it out of the way. Oh, I have one more. This leaf. This is one of those stamps you can stamp multiple times and get some really pretty shading with it. So I'm done with this color. Then on the front of this, I took my Lost Lagoon, I went tone on tone. And I don't need my mat for this. But I'm telling you, don't try to stamp that without a mat. You'll be mad. So, see? I'm going to put this pretty texture in the background. This stamp set is... Now, wait a minute. Lasting Linen. I knew it was something linen. So I just left it on this clear sheet because I'm just inking half. So I'm doing Lost Lagoon on Lost Lagoon. The neighbor's dog is barking its head off today. The dogs don't stay out very long. I've got one that likes it better than the other. See how pretty that is? Roxy's got no sense in the snow. Jax is a white boxer, and he is doesn't have much of a coat. And he says, she's stupid. I mean, I swear I've heard it. I've seen it on his face when she goes out there like she has no sense. Okay, now I've got my pieces here. I'm gonna move my pile out of the way. I took these little trays and organized everything, so I'd be real organized for you this time. How did I do? Do you feel like I'm more organized? We'll see. It's 3 projects. That's a lot for me. That's a lot. Okay, so I have my mini boss to cut this out. Are you guys watching Christmas shows? Every time I get a minute to sit down, I like look up one, and then my husband walks in the room and I gotta turn it off because he don't love them. Find something else that we can both watch. And okay, so this lines up nicely. Okay, I could do it separately, but I'm going to do it together. But I do feel like I need I'm lamenting the next thing that I wish we still had was a magnetic plate, because that would hold it in place and it would stay and I could quit moving it. See, now that's my sister. I'm ignoring her, even though she's been sick. I'm ignoring her because I know she's not on death's door. I checked with her this morning. But, can't ignore Dad. Okay. So she's probably wanting to tell me that Dad called. So I'll call her when I'm done. No one wanted to talk to me until I started this video. Just to be clear. No, I guess I talked to my daughter-in-law. So I've talked to one person today, but everyone wanted to talk to me. It was like when I was in Bible study. I did a Bible study for like 10 years at the same time. Every week my sister would call. And I'd say, is this an emergency? And she would say, you're a Bible study, aren't you? And I would say, yes, yes. She would say, yep, can't remember. Okay. So didn't that cut out pretty? Now, I debated on putting this on sticker sheet so I could just pull off the sticker and stick it behind, but I really didn't have a problem adhering it. So I'm going to use the glue. Green glue and I are not friends. I know some of you are really friendly with it and you get along well with it. I don't. I use it as little as possible, but I'm going to use it on this. I had to make that stay down. It wasn't staying. And I'm just going to put it in some random little spots. Again, I debated on the adhesive sheet on the back, but I did it once and it seemed to work okay, so I didn't. All right, now we're going to stick this puppy down. Oh, I have one little piece that's didn't pop out. Come on out. Come on out, little friend. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down. And now I'm going to cut off this so you can see this thinking of you. Of the 3 projects I did, this one was probably the most complicated, so that's why I wanted to show it to you first. And the other 2 are pretty easy. See? Now, I'm going to take, remember I said I didn't want to use my new ink of Stella to color with, but I'm going to use my new ink of Stella to go over the top. So the leaves that I didn't color in, I just want to make sure they have a little sparkle on them. It's not that easy to see on camera. I can bring the camera closer. It's just not that easy to see on camera when you do a wing of Stella, but when you get it in person, it's just so pretty. So there's that. I feel like you're too close. I'm gonna put this puppy in here. Well, I obviously cut it smaller and didn't this time. All right, let's see how long this is. This is 3.5. So I'm going to cut this one 3.25. Scientific way of measuring. All right, see, that's going to go right there. So pretty. So now I'm going to wrap my ribbon around this piece. Oh, it's in that tray. No, that's not true. It's here. Can you see my ribbon? I just had it. No, it's in the tray. I tried to be tray organized and I'm not sure that it worked, but here's the ribbon. It's a basic beige and it was in the tray. It was under the ink pads. I'm the weirdo that always ties on the bolt because I like it. I do a bow a lot of times on my cards and I show them to you, but at camp it frustrates people and I have to tie a lot of bows, so a lot of times for camp I will do knots because I like making a bow. It's just not everyone's love language. I want to put this on with dimensionals, so I'm going to do dimensionals. Oh look, I'm using up a sheet of dimensionals. I'm going to do dimensionals on this because I want to, I die cut some other pieces and I want to tuck these under. So I'm going to tuck these under here with some glue dots. If you ever have any questions on what I do, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Again, we all create differently, which is, gosh, what an amazing thing. That we can use the same product and everybody makes it look so different. That's what I love about this. 28 years in and here I am still doing it because I love it. All of these dies come in the bundle. I just pre-did them because I mean, I'm doing 3 projects. That's enough. You shouldn't have to watch me die cut everything. Okay, so on Lost Lagoon, on Pretty Peacock, and then I wanted to do it again on Lost Lagoon. And then I wanted to embellish it. And I love these low profile dots. They're an online exclusive. And they come in this really pretty pale peachy color and then this bright and shiny gold. So let's put a little gold dot on here. I mean, why not? Can you over gem? Asking for a friend. No, I don't think you can. You'll have to tell me if you're a gem lover. I am a embellishment lover. Okay, so here's card number 1. Now let's do 2. We'll see if I did better in this tray than I did in the other one. So this one I stamped in Versamark and embossed in copper. I used this Designer Series paper. And this is how I package my paper. So it goes in these envelopes and I shove it in. It's got all the scrap. This DSP is called Country Woods. And you can see I have loved it and used it. I refuse to be a paper hoarder. Well, I maybe am a little, but so I did this one on the Coastal Cabana. Here's for you always with the copper. And then I went to cut paper to do it a second time. I don't have any more of this. I've used it all. So I went with this color. And I did it in the copper. Here's for you always. It's a little darker. Probably if I did it again, I would do it in gold. But I'm going to go ahead and show you this one. But I would probably do it in gold next time. It's a little bit harder to read than what I like. So I stamped in Versamark on vellum. We have vellum. It's online exclusive. Don't miss it. So I stamped it on vellum and then ran it through the mini boss. Cut this out. This is the outline. So I cut the outline out. And then it's going to go on Misty Moonlight. And I'll show you how I put this one together. We have Tanya at the Wonder Basement does those charms. I love those on my embossing folders. When we get together, we all know whose everything is. We have those for scissors and for our bone folders. Okay, so for this one, I want to use this. The adhesive, not the adhesive sheets, these things. This, foam strips. Words were not coming out. Oh, here they are. Here's the foam strips. So I'm going to take it around the outside. Oh, first, well, I'll show you. So I took the foam strips and I took them all across the end and across this end because I wanted to make sure it stayed raised up. And then, so I did it here. And then when I put it on the first time, it sunk down over on this in here. So I'm going to add some in here to keep it raised up. And I just pull it apart. It's probably smarter to cut it, but linen thread, I needed it around it a couple of times because I like the linen thread a lot. It's very earthy. I'm going to tie a bow over here. I want the bow kind of where I emboss those little copper leaves. Okay. I'm going to take these foam strips off. I really wanted some hot chocolate this morning. I was kind of cold. I thought, oh, I want hot chocolate. It's time to set up my hot chocolate bar. So it's all right there when I need it, because I didn't have everything I needed, and it's time. It's that time of the year. So now I'm going to slide this in here on top of the copper. Or on top of the hole. I want it to go in here. So again, I'm going to use my knot friend. Again, thought about the adhesive sheets. Didn't, because I probably should have on this one more so than the other one. Probably would have liked myself better if I had done that. All right, let's stick that in here. I'm going to go under both of those twines because I don't want it to raise up. That's the one I want to make sure sticks up there at the top. And then I'm going to take my little, there we go. It worked. That's why I wanted to make sure this was popped up around the edge. It gives it that depth that's so pretty. See, and it cut out those so it's laying on that misty moonlight so nice and pretty. Now I'm going to use some glue dots. And so this one is embossed in copper on the vellum, and then I just did a vellum one. Again, the dies that come in the bundle. And tuck that under there. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay, so which one do you like better? Do you like it better in the Coastal Cabana or in the Misty Moonlight? Just curious. Okay, that's that one. And then I have one more for you. It's this one. So again, somehow I ended up with kind of a holiday look. Well, I guess probably because I just wanted to use these. I love these. Okay, so here I am. The designer series paper that I'm using is this one, this beautiful holiday one called Elegant Pine. It's so pretty. Okay, so here I go. Shaded spruce. Let's see if I can get those so you can see them while I'm doing it. I'm gonna add this guy in the corner. These darker colors you can stamp so many times and get those little shadows. And then I'm sending a little love. Sometimes we just need to send a little love. Okay. So, shaded spruce. Again, let's crease that. Oh, Mary, you like the Coastal Cabana one better? All right. I appreciate that. I think I probably do too. The Misty Moonlight's okay, but I really like the Coastal one. So I stamped shaded spruce on this DSP, and I just cut the center out. There was no reason to cut the outside out because I wasn't sticking it all the way down like I did the other one. So I just cut it out with this. And now I'm going to put that pretty velvet paper behind it. This is that velvet that is an online exclusive. It's so pretty. We stamped on it and put snowflakes on it for a camp. It was amazing. So see, look how pretty that is. you can't see it, but you want to do this and just like touch the little furry stuff. Then this is the shaded spruce ribbon. And again, I'm going to tie it on the bolt. It's got that gold trim. It's beautiful. And we're going to make it pretty. This is with the big fluffy bow. You could probably put it in an envelope and it would still come out okay. But this is one you could also stick in a gift bag because it's got such a pretty big bow on it. We love a good bow. One of my Thanksgiving duties is to make bows for people because I make big fluffy fancy bows. So they bring me their ribbon or family, anybody that needs a bow. If you live close to me and you need a bow, it just takes me a minute. So just bring your ribbon over. We'll make a beautiful bow. I put one on the top of the tree this year. Normally there's an angel, but I felt very bow motivated. Not sure why. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? What the heck? All right, I'm going to cut this edge off now. So I just wait and cut the bottom off once I decide where the placement of that DSP is going to be. So I just cut a little bit off. And then this is going to go underneath. Sending love. And then look, now I can bedazzle it with these. These are the traditional sparkling sequins, and they're flat as a pancake. I'm going to put gold on here. But I could really get away with putting any color on. Like these are the cloud cover, granny apple, red. Let's put some red on this one. How pretty that is on that shaded spruce. I'm going to put a red one down here. Again, same debate as always. Can you over gem? No. All right. How do we look, friends? Okay, so you got 3 different designs. There's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. Do you have a favorite? I mean, you won't hurt my feelings. I ask at camp, after every camp. I always want to know what their favorite is because I'm just intrigued as to what appeals to people in different ways. You know, there's different reasons that you're drawn to one. You may like that one because you like those colors. Sometimes it's yeah. All right, friends. Gosh, thanks for joining me. That was a long live for me. If you know me, you know that that was long. But if you have any questions or anything you want a little bit more about, let me know. Oh, thanks. I can see your comments. Thanks, Mary. You guys have a great day, and we will be back. Tanya will be with